I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Supervisor Hoyer?
Here.
Councilman Barber?
Here.
Councilman Carter?
Here.
Councilman Chulosky?
Here.
Councilman Barron is absent.
I gotta remember to call, what's his face? All right, welcome to the last meeting of 2025. Need a motion to accept our minutes from the November 24th special meeting and regular monthly board meeting, please.
I'll go ahead and make the motion to accept the minutes from the November 24th special meeting and regular meeting.
Second that.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Supervisors monthly financial report, you don't have it yet. We had a little glitch with the computer, so I will put it in your boxes tomorrow. Let's see. Well, and I need to call Jeremiah Haley. He wanted to talk to us about the Relief for Recovery. I gave the board members, you all had copies of what I sent, and you also have it in your package in black and white, sorry. So let me give him a call, and we'll see how this goes.
He's my husband.
Don't baby it, fellas.
Jeremiah Haley. Phone call.
Motion for quote.
Or maybe it's like, yeah, maybe it's like, it's like-
Hi, Deb.
Hi, Jerry. You're live in the meeting, so
Okay.
go ahead. You've got the floor.
Okay. Let me get settled here. I'm at Albany Airport, about to fly to Chicago. So thanks for having me virtually tonight. So to kind of kick things off, I am going to start with the motorsports event first. This was a discussion I think 3 years ago we brought this up in a meeting.
Yep.
Where we had a crew of guys that were looking to come up. Since then, that board still has the funding to do so, but they don't really have the staffing to do so. So we've been in talks, and I've been basically going to be joining the board there to run that event, possibly another one in Wells, which they've run before, and help them run kind of with some younger blood. A lot of those guys are in their 60s and 70s, kind of metal man era. So they're older up there, and we're looking for some help. They asked what my capacity would be, and that's something that I did want to take on. With that, I inquired with insurance with Blue Line, who I use for all my events out of Saranac Lake. We'd have basically event insurance for a $3 million binder that would cover snowmobile racing and circle racing. I would have spectators 300 feet from the event, and they would have concrete barriers. I would be putting concrete barriers of some sort, 3 of them in front there, as well as some lighting.
Still there?
So,
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
still here. So the only difference in the flyer that you guys may have and what was presented, it was a March 28th date. That's way too late in the season for me to do that. That's supposed to be the February 28th weekend. So we're looking to do that the last week of February up there.
Yep. Yeah, I reprinted your the flyer with
Okay.
the right date, so.
But other than that, you got to talk about safety, I guess. It's more than just insurance. It's having flaggers at every corner. There's a strict set of safety instructions that I'd have to do, as well as having tech inspections before anybody gets out on the lake. As you guys know, I try to keep all my events pretty clean and things of that nature. So we need to ensure that all racers, no leaking fluids. A lot of these guys have to run water wetter, and just making sure that there's no fluids that get on the lake or in the lake or anything of that nature. So having the proper personnel and the staff that kind of comes along with the MoHUD, that's really the guys that have started this MoHUD ice racing I've been to their events down in Lake George several times and seen how they set up and participated myself. So I'm no stranger to what we're talking about here, and so that's kind of where I'm at with this pitch on this idea.
Okay,
In regards to the fish, I've been long-standing running the Reeling for Recovery events. I will tell you guys, last year was kind of one of my toughest years due to the fact that I did move from Paul Smith's to a completely other campus. In addition to just having really the prison strike happen at the same week of Reeling for Recovery, it was just a very tough year for me. I appreciate all the years of sponsorship. In addition to this year, I guess one caveat that I am going to share with the board is they have been thinking outside the box. I approached the DEC and asked if we could do something similar to what the Kobe Classic does. For those not familiar with the Kobe Classic, that's Saranac Lake's largest ice fishing derby. The DEC donates basically about 100 fish to them every year. I haven't exactly figured out the finite details of how those fish get to the lake or the tax dollars of how they get there. But anyway, they're sponsored, but the state donates, and they're willing to donate more fish to Shazy Lake, but we have to have a 10-year plan to do that. So I'm working with Mr. Mark Denicourt and the latest DEC survey to either get a very large rainbow stocked in the lake or possibly another species. I said lake trout. That's what I offered, to buy a couple lake trout to get them in the lake. But so we're having a meeting on the 29th of this month to discuss what species will be stocked in Shazy Lake moving forward. Again, I'm not looking for any funding from the town for that. It's just something that I made aware of to Deb, and while I'm addressing the board, I think everybody else should know that that's a plan that we do want to get the lake either to a point where lake trout are reproducing on their own, and hopefully some of the species that we had back 10 years ago back in the lake. So that's really a 10-year goal for us. We did have some positive results from that survey. That survey does not get released until 2026. So even though he has it and it kind of peeked at it, I don't know all the numbers on there. I know lake trout, we went up about one or a fraction of a percent. So we didn't really go too far up in lake trout. They did catch their first pike in the survey, where they set up some different type of nets. So that's something they look to do in the future as well. But yeah, I'm curious to see that survey to really see what the DEC wants to do moving forward. In terms of the ice fishing derby itself, every year we have more and more people coming from other places. I hear more and more Airbnbs that reach out and say, hey, I had this person rent from you. So that's a very positive outlook on the event. And yeah, I don't know what you guys, I know a lot of the board members are pretty familiar with it. So if you have any questions of what we're offering for the community this year, we are offering a spaghetti dinner on Friday night, and we always like to feed everybody. So it's just not an ice fishing derby. But yeah.
When is it?
and the fishing derby is January
The fishing
31st.
The fishing derby is a little bit earlier this year. We wanted to do it January 31st because there is a little bit safer ice. There's not as much snow. Like last year, we had pretty much sand-like dune conditions out there, and towards the end of the season, it can just get a little bit rough. So I want to try a little bit earlier in the season, but January 31st and February 1st.
Okay. Anybody have any questions for Jerry? Well,
So just to go backwards on the stocking of the fish, you want to put fish in there at the derby time? Are these fish tagged or something? So if somebody catches one, they win a special prize?
Yeah, very good question there. So for me, I would like to get the fish in there, period. But conducive-wise, so if you put a fish in a lake, it takes 4 to 5 days for that fish to acclimate, then it's going to get super hungry and want to feed. So if I do that right before the derby, the chances of one of those tagged, so that's another part of it. If we're going to do this every year they're going to be tagged with different colors. So if we catch one, we can use that data to figure out what's going on in the lake a little bit. if that makes sense to everybody there.
Yeah,
But,
and you're paying money
yes,
for the
it-
tag? So if somebody catches a Laker, if that's what they put in there, and the Laker's got a tag, that's an extra over and above prize compared to the fish prizes themselves?
That would be correct, sir.
Okay. And what about the car races? Is there money involved in the car race, or they sponsor their race themselves?
On the car race, yeah, I'm for both sled and car, but that's it.
Right, but do
This
they,
year.
they
I'll
come
probably
through with
expand
all the
to
money?
second and third in previous years if we get there. We'll see how the first year goes, but really just looking for first place because that's what matters.
I guess you're missing me, Jerry.
Well,
So,
sorry.
money-wise, is anybody responsible for money, or they come here, it's all self-contained, they pay for the insurance?
Yeah, I'm only looking for sponsorship for Reeling for Recovery. I'm not looking for any sponsorship for the car race, sister.
Got it?
Sorry, was that your question?
Yep, yep.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Deb, thank you for letting me chime in here tonight. If I could be there in person, I would be, but I'm staying in Albany Airport, about to go to Chicago to meet Big Sid Haley and my sister out there. So I appreciate you guys again and hope you guys have a warm night, okay?
All right, safe travels, Jerry.
All right, thank you.
Yep, bye. We've awakened the beast. Okay, so that's that. If we have any questions, he'll be back, obviously by the 29th, because he's going to have a meeting. So think of any questions you have for him concerning any of his events, and we'll hit him with all of those when he comes back.
What is this?
Okay, I'll tell you what that is. Any public comments? Okay, we'll move on.
Wait, I do.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you, Deb, for all that you've done for our town for the last 4 years.
You're
Your
welcome.
meetings are efficient, timely, very often relaxed, with humor and people laughing, and I know you've cleaned up a lot and helped us get back on track in terms of ordinances and all that good stuff, and I just really appreciate that.
No, well, thank you. It's not something we do alone. It's the whole teamwork. So, thank you. All right, resolutions. We got the approve the December bills. I'll read it into record. General fund, $10,863.48. B fund, $450. Highway fund, $17,042. Town hall, highway, garage, capital funds. This is the money that's paying for the wastewater treatment plant. $398,865.93. Line Mountain Sewer District, $2,989.32. Dannemore Sewer District, $187.02. Line Mountain Water District, $3,078.62. Dannemore Water District 2, $12,669.80. And Ledgers, $4,727.39, for a total of $450,875.56.
I'll go ahead and make a motion to pay the December bills for $450,873.56.
Second.
Any more discussion? Roll call, Jim?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Deb?
Yep. Okay, old business, Line Mountain Wastewater Treatment Plant project update. Waiting on some crucial parts, the most crucial being parts to the boilers so that Pat gets some heat other than what's coming off the machinery. I sent an email to Mike Metcalf today asking him to bring us up to speed onto why things aren't being taken care of with that boiler. They're kind of on hold now until the next part comes in. He's had to run some pumps. There's some big issues there where we're waiting for new items to come in. The old ones are breaking, and they're trying to get them to keep working until the new items come in. So, as you know, a cold Pat is an angry Pat, so we're trying to get these things taken care of. Like I say, they don't intend to have a job trailer back on site until probably March. So it's kind of at a standstill other than the things that break in the meantime. We have some issues with NYSEG there as well. We think that their power is very fluctuating and whatnot, so Adam's got a call into NYSEG to try to see if they can get this straightened out there. Every time the wind blows, they lose some of their power, and so there's obviously something with lines or something, so more on that. We did get the final check for our sand sales. It was $199,199.42. We started closing out the books. We do have an appointment set up for Mike Bulrus to come back in the first half of January to help us close everything out, make sure everything meets state standards on that. Phone system upgrade, we did get the new phones in. We're just waiting, we're playing phone tag with the people that are gonna come in and set them up and do the training on them. So it's just a matter of going back and forth. The guy who wants to come to train is waiting for someone from Verizon to tell us something, and Brooke is going back and forth with emails for them. So hopefully next week we can get someone in here to get the phones hooked up. Santa visit, I was talked with Sherry today. She said it was great, that there was well over 100 kids there. She says they went through like 18 pizzas, 8 cases of sips, a whole bunch of cookies and cakes and sweets, and we had done extra candy bags, which was great because she said we used up all but 20 of the candy bags that we had made up, and they gave those out to the elderly. So it was a successful one. There was a complaint that was made was that Santa only did his shtick for like 45 minutes, and then the rest of the time he was there was kids sitting on his lap getting pictures taken, that kind of thing. And so she thought, she said you might want to talk to the board because paying $450 for that was probably a little expensive. So that's something to look at in the future. Could find some
But
other.
if he's got 100 kids, you see, I mean.
Well, I know. It's like
If you only
seeing
got
my
50 kids, I guess you could perform 100, but if you gotta see over 100 kids, that's gonna take some time in this.
yeah. So
This is the same Santa we've been using for
yeah.
quite a few years.
I mean, he does a really good job, and the kids really enjoy it and whatnot. So I don't know who was complaining. Probably some cranky parent whose kid was like 94th in line or whatever
Yep.
to sit on his
That
lap.
was me.
So was it you complaining?
I didn't even go
Did
home.
you get your call?
100 kids, I definitely stayed home.
Okay. So, but it was a success. I mean, we had a good turnout, so that was great. I've got a couple, looking ahead, the dam repairs, we did not get I got notified a couple weeks ago, we did not get the grant that we applied for the dam repairs. There's another one that's out there, so Liz is looking for other ones that would apply to the repairs we have to do. And if we don't get a grant, there's still 2 spots that we're gonna need to get repaired regardless of where the rebar is showing. So we're gonna have to start one way or the other, but hopefully we can get some grant money for that. Water District 2 repairs, again, same thing. We did get a grant, we got the engineering done, and now it's a matter of getting those plans of the engineering approved by the health department, since it's a public water source, and And basically what's gotta happen is, they've gotta create a loop, because when they put that water system in, I don't know if the original plans called for it to just loop around, but it dead ends on that corner, so,
The original print showed that it made a loop, and they cut funding, or whatever happened at that time, 40 years ago or whatever.
yeah. So, there's a fix, but it's not a cheap fix. And sidewalk repairs at Lime Mountain, Jason's been, brought that up last time, so it's something we need to look at in the spring. Does anybody have anything for old business?
One thing that we brought up last year, I kinda think we forgot about, we were talking about putting, like an electric modem or something in the back building.
Yep,
Look at doing that again, just in case we run into the issue of that
Mhm.
propane going out again.
yep. Yeah, the guys checked it, and that heater that had been in my
Yeah, I
office
forgot, wow.
was still working in there, so if anyone needs a space heater, get that brand, because it's
It
been
works
running
good.
since last year at this time. So it's, and keeping it good and warm, so yeah,
We'll look at that and
absolutely, because we did talk about that last year. And they said that propane heater was off. So I don't know if we need to have
I
that.
had, when they went out there, Brandon fired it out, so I don't know if it's still running or not, but it's just one of the things I don't know, like last year when we ran into that problem, when it froze,
Mhm.
it just went out, and why, and who knows?
Yeah. So it's probably something we need to look at and have that propane one serviced, and then also have a modine on the wall.
Yeah, just turn it down or whatever, next time when it doesn't work, and then when it kick on, you know?
Yep.
I guess, so I was out of the picture for a while. So what became of EMS when we sent the letter with the contract? Did you guys have a meeting on that?
Nope.
Since the letter's been sent, no meeting until that
Oh,
January?
January.
No,
Yeah.
January's meeting,
14th,
yeah,
I
there's
think
a couple things that need to be discussed with
Yeah.
them.
It's gonna be a good one.
But nothing between when the letter went until, was it January 14th or?
No,
No.
be ready for January 14th.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a contentious meeting, let's put it that way, because there's some issues that have.
So whatever, did anything become of this letter Dan Steck wrote, the governor, about counties overseeing, well, not, he didn't directly say
I
counties
think I read
overseeing,
something the other day that the governor shot all that down, didn't
but
sign
she
it.
shot it right down.
Yeah, I read, actually, the dispatcher supervisor had posted it, and she turned it down, the proposal.
Yeah, he had put a proposal, I mean, you know, I assume a lot of counties up this way are in just as much trouble as this county.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess she shot it down.
Anything else for old business? New business, fire alarm notification system. So NCC Systems that does our notifications they've been working, because they've been notifying Jason every night around 2 o'clock to tell him that they're not getting a response back when they pulse the panel here to get a feedback, it doesn't feed back, so then they call him. We've talked to them, and I thought we'd get a call today, but hopefully tomorrow, to set up an appointment. They have to come and do a service on that to figure out what the issue is.
This afternoon today, it was actually this morning and this afternoon.
Yeah, so, I mean, we told them that, you know, I asked them not to do it during the night, but then if there is something during the night, then,
Yeah.
so, just, sorry. That's all I can tell you. Sorry. All right, that picture you wondered what it was, it's the grates that are over the sewer at the Dannemora station. Larry Carol sent me some pictures saying that would we replace these, because he says they're pretty shaky and he's got to stand on these to do some things, so he would prefer not to fall through. So we just have to replace these grates. there's, I think, 4 that, and they look pretty bad. This is just an example of how rusty they are. I imagine they're the original ones that were put there, and they're out in the weather all the time, so.
He's gonna have the boys look in the mine shaft, because I think there's grading up there that probably outlasts that by 100 years, if there is. Stairways or by those pits or whatever. I think I've ever seen some in there, but
Where?
where the big hook is,
Yeah, oh
there was
yeah,
grates and
Yeah.
on all that flooring in there.
oh yeah. I know where that is. I'll go look.
Okay. Phoenix Tailings, Patrick Portman, I think his name is, reached out to me, cause I told him that our contract would be over with, Alliance this year. So he has reached out and they're still interested in doing something with our sand. They're the ones that take it, they extract the metals out of whatever they need out of it, and they leave us the sand. So, I asked them to, probably give us a call that week of the 5th, so that they could talk to Joey, explain to them that he's taking over the position, and so, but I will, facilitate that discussion, because I've got all the information from them. But, they do small amounts to start with, but, it's something, and it's a toe in the door for getting some money out of, the sand, and still leaving us a majority of the product behind for our own use. So, you might become aware of some issues with Gordon Road. A resident up there has basically blocked the right-of-way that the town has that allows several people to reach their properties that are landlocked back there. I've got the last person that bought the property that they are blocking is a lawyer, and she's not backing down. He threatened her, so I've got Matt Fabro working on, the only thing that has to do with the town is the access road. He can't block or claim that he owns the town's right-of-way through there. He's also built a structure right in the right-of-way, right across from the opening to the property that's the woman bought. So Matt will let us know what we have to do in order to free that back up again. But from what it sounds like, he feels that if he has taken care of something for so long that it's his, well, that law doesn't exist anymore, and it certainly never existed with a municipality property. So it'll probably get pretty ugly, so I'm just warning you all if you get approached by, and I'm not going to say any names because you probably already know who I'm talking about. So,
The sign's not there for the road anymore, though. The little green road sign is gone.
yeah, well, he can take the sign down, but the road still exists and it's still on the map.
Stop sign still there?
No, there's no signs at
There's
all.
a stop sign there too.
The stop sign in the Gordon
There
Road.
was, you know there was.
He basically has said that he now owns everything, that he owns the right of way, he owns, so.
So that woman, that lawyer, did she buy that
Oh.
piece of Tommy King's way in the back?
Yeah, it
No,
sounds like
one
it's
before.
pretty road.
No, the one that they've been trying to sell for the last 3 years,
It's
it's
like
got,
a second in.
it's got a, like a real narrow
Flat.
entrance in, and then,
Oh my God.
yeah, well, that's,
Right by the blue can, past the gate, like, oh, that's.
Go come in, dump pipe truck, go to dump, you come back the next day, it's all gonna be down the hill.
so anyway, be forewarned.
Good.
All right. Anybody else have any new business?
We didn't dig any dirt on General Wheeler Manor, the water unthaw, but that was all intact. Dig Safe was called. Contractor was ready to start that AM. I notified him less than 12 hours that it was canceled. No money out of his pocket, a little bit of time on the phone, that's it.
Yep, good.
The homeowner was notified to tell his tenants to make sure to let the water run and not drip. It's early in the year. We could be facing this headache.
So they shut the water off at the septic, or not the septic, but the sump pump quit? Is that what happened? Why they shut
That's
the water?
that's his own deal with the sump pump quit, but when Leary's man went down there, PM Leary, he went downstairs and there was like 6 inches of water in the basement. So apparently somebody shut the water and the hose off that was running in there because the sump pump quit.
So they shut the water off so it wouldn't fill up anymore?
Yeah. A simple fix, I told him, drill a hole in the sewer line and tap the water into it and let it run year round. You don't have to worry about it, but
Yeah, just put a nipple in there.
he's adamant that I go down there and look at it every fall myself and make sure it's running, which I did the last 2 years.
He doesn't want to get his shoes dirty or what?
Apparently.
Is he paying you or?
No, I don't get any of that. No,
Well, one.
it's 10 grand or more every time we gotta mess with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Jim, for taking care of that. All right, committee reports. You got something from the dog control officer there. We're gonna try to get the electronic sign fixed, near the beach. Brooke has been calling them about issues with it because every time she changes something on it, we have to go down and shut the power off and turn the power back on because it doesn't do it on its own. So she's been calling them and they finally got back to us and said, oh, well, the parts are under warranty until the end of January 26, because that's how long we've had that sign. And it doesn't include labor, but she said, we can send all the parts that we think is gonna fix all your problems. She thinks it's mainly the radios, the radio that's on that post, or the radio that's in the sign itself. We told her all the problems that we have with it, and they think they can fix it. They said that if they're actually here for 8 hours, which she said they won't be, it shouldn't take them more than an hour or two to do what they have to do, it would be $1,400. But she said, so you can deduct unless they're here for 8 hours, that's what it would cost for labor, because labor is not covered under the warranty, just the parts.
Is their travel time included in that?
The travel time, yeah, so she said it would probably take an hour for them to get here, and then an hour, so those are 2 hours, and then their time here, so probably half that amount. But if we can get that stupid sign fixed, so that we don't have to run down there we've done it, we've all done it, Becky's done it, I've done it, Brooke's done it, in 3 feet of snow, you gotta go to that post, take the cover off the box, flip the switch off, wait 30 seconds, flip it back on, and then after about a minute, the sign comes back on and the information is changed to what she changed it to. So, I would need a motion to approve getting them to come out and fix the sign for no more than $1,400.
That's Verizon?
Daktronics,
Daktronics?
that's who.
Make a motion that we have Daktronics come to work on the sign with a maximum payout of $1,400.
I'll second it.
Any more discussion? Roll call, Jim?
Yes.
Jason?
Yes.
Mike?
Yes.
Deb?
Yes. I think that's all I have. Jim, anything else?
Just to reiterate what Judy had to say, it's gone by quick. It's been a blessing. Thank you very much for your time.
It's been an honor, mostly.
Same thing as what I got. You've done a good job. Anytime I had an issue, I texted you, you responded back, and we took care of things, and I know you stayed pretty busy. thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Even though I don't have my hat, job well done.
Joey's gone. Mark, you got anything?
That, I wanna thank you and the town board for taking care of us guys over there. We really appreciate it. We got a lot of new stuff over there. And it really benefits the town.
Yep.
No, we're just off to a blazing start this winter. That's all I have.
Every weekend and holidays. I just remembered there's one more thing that I have to do. I need a motion to set the next meeting. The organizational meeting, Joey's organizational meeting, for January 7th at 4:30. And then our regular monthly meeting at 5, because remember, we made the motion to change our meetings from the last Wednesday to the first Wednesdays of the month. So, if I can get a motion to do that.
Will I make a motion to the organizational meeting January 7th at 4:30, and then a meeting to follow at 5 p.m.
Second.
Any more discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Does anybody have any other comments? Okay, thank you all. It's been a pleasure.
Here, when's that EMS, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock?
Meeting is adjourned.